Hello students, this is a class for BA Part 3 English Literature. Today we will be doing a short poem, The Soldier, written by Rupert Brooke. I am Dr. Anil Dadij. If we talk about the poet himself has been a soldier and he has seen battlefields in action. He fought in World War I and he participated in Antwerp in 1914 as well as its retreat. As he awaited a new deployment in naval services, he wrote the short set of 1914 war sonnets, which concluded with the present poem which we will be reading today, The Soldier. The poem was written in 1914 and the poem became so famous, it became so popular that these lines are still used in military memorials today. When The Soldier was written, the bodies of servicemen were not regularly brought back to England, their homeland. Rather, they were buried nearby, wherever they died. In World War I, this produced a vast graveyard or graveyards of British soldiers in foreign fields. And this made Brooke to brood over the situation and to portray these graves as representing a piece of the world that will be forever England when a soldier of England is buried there. In this poem, religion, patriotism, and romanticism are central. Some people regard Brooke's this particular poem as among the last great ideals before the true horror of modern mechanized warfare that was made clear to the world during World War I. So by this time, a war and soldiering was considered the great ideal, and in this particular poem, the poet portrays a profound feeling of patriotic fervor of a soldier who expresses his gratitude for his motherland, his country, to shape him with all the amenities like air, water, food, education, and the civic sense that he developed there. In this manner, even dying for his country will be a thing of pride. Now, let us read the poem. It's a small sonnet. Let us see. If I should die, the poet in the very beginning gives a supposition that if I should die, think only this of me. As if writing an epitaph, as if writing a wish, as if writing a will, the poet says that only this of him should be thought when he is no more, when he dies in the war, when he is buried in a foreign country. What should be thought of him? That there is some corner of a foreign field that is forever England. When he is buried in a foreign place or in a foreign field, that particular portion, that particular corner will turn forever England. There shall be in that rich earth. This is beautiful to note that the earth is considered to be rich in general. The poet definitely feels that the dust of England, the earth of England is richer, but he nowhere belittles the rest of the earth. And therefore he says, there shall be in that rich earth a richer dust. And this richer dust means the body of the soldier, the body of the poet when he dies. And he considers his dust, his body, to be richer than the foreign country because he has died for his country. concealed. Concealed means hidden. When this richer dust, when his body, which he considers to be richer, is hidden, is buried on a foreign land, he thinks that that particular country will become a part of England, a dust. He talks about his own body. He considers it a part of dust, and he says that his body, which has become dust on that particular foreign country, whom England bore. He talks about the feeling of gratitude in his heart for England. He says, the concealed dust, the richer dust, whom England bore. Bore means he was born here. He was born and brought up there. Whom England bore, England gave birth, shaped. England gave a shape to what he became. Made aware means educated. Gave once her flowers to love. England gave him an opportunity to love. And in love, the exchange of flowers. Once England gave him flowers to love, to exchange, to offer his feelings to his loved ones by gifting flowers. Her ways to roam. England gave him her wage. Her is used for England, motherland. Her wage, her paths, उसके रास्ते, to roam. To roam means to wander, where he could roam around. A body of England's. It was absolutely the body of England, born, brought up, and educated there, breathing English air. And he sees, he feels the gratitude that he has been growing by breathing English air, washed by the rivers, and blessed by the sun of home. And home is actually homeland, that is England. And think, in the next sustain part, let us see, and think his heart. Think of his heart. How is his heart? All evil shed away. All the evils shed away. When we are living, we are a part and parcel of good and evil. Evil thoughts also come to us. Maybe it is not evil for us, but it may be for the other country because they attack that country. So he says, when he dies, there will be no evil left in his heart, all evil shed away. It is actually a state of death when there is no good or evil left in the body, a pulse in the eternal mind. When you are no more in the bodily form, you become a pulse. सिर्फ एक धड़कन बन जाते हैं किसमें? इन द एटर्नल माइंड. द एटर्नल माइंड इज गॉड. यू बिकम वन पल्स इन द कॉस्मिक environment, cosmic creation, cosmic place. No less gives somewhere back the thoughts given by England, and being buried on a foreign land, he will give some thoughts back, means some ideals that he has learned in England will grow there also in an atomic shape. In the, you can say, in the way the seeds grow, in that way, his body, his pulse, his part will grow there, her sights. What he will give to the other country? The sights of England, the sounds of England, the dreams as happy as her day. Means the dreams that an Englishman sees as happy as her day. Her day means the day of England. Means England is very congenial, it's very cozy, it's very comfortable. And he will give laughter. Laughter which was generated, which was learnt of friends, among friends, making friends. दोस्त बनने से जो आपको लाफ्टर मिलता है वो, that will also be a pulse in the eternal mind, and this will grow in the foreign land. And gentleness in hearts at peace. When the war will be over, when there will be peace, when the hearts will rest at peace under an English heaven, he supposes that even when he will die, he will win. England will win, and the place will come under the English heaven. So he says, under that English heaven, under that English empire, when there will be peace, all these virtues will bloom there, will develop there. All these gentle qualities will develop there. So that is the poem. The poem is full of patriotism. The poem is full of gratitude for one's native land. So that's it. Thank you.